Hey everybody, it's me. It's your good buddy Thorne, and sitting here today. We're working on episode 2 of the 10th first and only role play or cosplay or whatever we want to call it, and editing a video that we just finished up last week. But unfortunately, as sometimes often happens, we're working on location. Hi, Hobbs, and the sound quality right at the beginning, the air conditioning units in the game store that we were filming in kicked on, and man, got really bad. But a couple minutes in, the sound goes good, so stick with it. Now, we're working on doing a campaign for Gloomhaven. If you're not aware what Gloomhaven is, watch the video. It's kind of a role-playing game, kind of a board game. Um, it's a dungeon crawler. I mean, and it's really fun. I see a lot of good things in it. I see a lot of LARP good things in it, which is really LARP is a reflection of role playing anyway, and this is a reflection of role playing as well. But looking at it as a developer for LARP games, I'm like, this is great because it's got little small scenarios. There's 95 of them, and it's just fantastic. So stick with the video, watch it. It's pretty good, and watch for upcoming episodes where we actually sit down and play. Whether we do all 95 scenarios or not, and film it all, waits to be seen. But we'll see how it goes. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care. All right. See you. Hey everybody, it's me. It's your good buddy Thorne. We're back here again. Today we're on location with Joe, Joe's Games. We have something special to do. What we're going to do is unbox this.
It's heavy.
It's Gloomhaven. Are you ready?
Hei mok var det sång i liv. Vakna dikko edelige drenge. De høyre nykken på havet skri. For de hev sovet i for lenge.
All right, and we're back. Now, Gloomhaven, how to put it? It's kind of a role-playing game. It's kind of a board game. It's kind of a strategy game. It's a big bunch of stuff. It's about 22 pounds of stuff in this box. It is amazing. Now, this game was kickstarted and came out in 2007. Now, there's been a prequel to this, and now there is going to be a sequel to this. But in this game has everything that you need to play. It has all the rules, it has all the miniatures, it has all the cardboard cutouts that you can think of. And what we're going to do, this is brand new in the box, it's not been opened, we're going to open it up here and take a look at it. Now we have a good crowd here tonight, and anytime you guys want to ask questions or see something, shout out and we'll hold it up, and after we get done with principal filming, come on up and we'll play with the pieces. Now the goal in the store, and for me, is when I look at this, I said, man, that's cool. And I do want to play it. But how are we going to get somebody to play this thing? And talking to Joe, I think we have a few people that do want to play. Now there's 94 scenarios. Each game takes about between an hour, hour and a half to 2 hours. So if we play one game a week, we'll be here until, yeah, we'll be here for a while. But we're going to start trying to do that. I think we got a couple people who are interested in giving it a go. And we'll see. We'll try to do some filming. But let's get this thing unboxed and see what's actually in it. And today we're using the Thermore Commando. And first cut has been made.
All right.
Now, like I said, this was a Kickstarter game that they put out in 2017. The sequel, they just raised $18 million to put it out, Frosthaven, so that should be pretty cool.
Wow.
So, 18 million
for a game. Yeah, 22 pounds of awesomeness, just about to be back.
All right, and looking online, it basically tells you get an organizer. There's 1,700 cardboard pieces in here. And that includes all the game tiles, it includes all the game tokens, all the furniture, everything. So I've already gone online and ordered an organizer for this, which actually came in today.
Ooh.
So for the next week, I'm going to be putting that together because it came in like a model kit. So first thing I have to do is our game book, which is kind of neat. All the general icons are on there. We got full color, 51 pages, which isn't too bad. And yeah, so we'll take a closer look at this in the coming week. But I'm just going to sort through here and see what we got. This, I believe, is a scenario book. Yep. So not going to go ahead because this is kind of a legacy game. So you start building from scenario 1 and you move on through all 94 scenarios. So some things that you do in that first scenario is going to affect how you play later on. So I don't want to break anything. And what do we got here? Ooh. Fully voice acted and musically scored audio narration experience. I don't know what that is.
Nice.
This is sealed. Town Records. Interesting. All right, first cardboard. This has got to be the map. Now, this is a campaign game. So, here's our city map. We start off in Gloomhaven, and that first scenario kicks us out here somewhere. And as the game goes on, we build upon this. And we sticker this and write notes and all that other stuff. So that's kind of cool. And I don't even think that's all of it. Where's the rest of it? Is there another, do you think there's another map?
I think there is.
All right, so we got stickers. Sheet 1, or sheet 2, and sheet 1. Those are the stickers that go on the map. Cool.
And those that don't like marking up your board games, you will learn to get over it.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I'm really thinking. I wasn't sure if it was a paper map, but that's like a game board map. Because I was going to put it in like a poster frame.
Oh yeah.
So, and then we can write on it and stick it to Heart's Content and not ruin the board game. I think that's probably.
You could actually buy a set of removable stickers.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There
They
is a
do
set,
have
yeah,
those.
if you're kind of.
So, and global achievement stickers. This is as you play, more stuff happens and you add to the map, and it changes what happens. All right. So now we're getting into game pieces and game boards. Now every scenario has a set of floors that you put together, and then all the little game tokens go into it. And then you got some creatures here too, and admin tokens and all kinds of cool stuff. And then that is a bulk of what we're going to be doing for the next 5 minutes or so.
Wow. There's like, when we start pulling
Yeah.
sheets out?
Hey, oh, and these are double-sided too.
Yep.
So you've got stone, you've got wood, you've got.
Wow.
That's pretty cool. Oh, here's some of our bad gang. Little niche with arrows and big guys in gold armor.
Wow.
Man,
It just keeps going.
just keeps going.
Just keeps going.
How big? That's about 8 inches thick. That's what my girlfriend says. Let's see. What is this? Tiles not needed. They got it. All right, cool. Oh, dragon.
It's a dragon.
Yeah.
Everybody needs a
Kind of
dragon.
like the ones we just killed, right, Good?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, and a headless horseman? Yeah, that's cool. All right, let's. Oh, there's the rest of it. Okay.
Bench press the game every day.
Oh, we punching tiles for 2 days. I don't know. Oh, wow.
So, what kind of, some sort of key?
Yeah. It's a translating key for whatever language it is.
Almost like Morse code.
Well, there's runes. It looks like Klingon.
Right.
Pop.
Yeah, it's almost like Klingon pictorials and ancient Egyptian pictorial kind of deal.
Yeah.
Hieroglyphs.
So
Yeah.
that should be interesting. I'm sure that'll come into play, unfortunately.
And those of you that were watching this, and you'll see that anybody that's ever played a Legacy game, you've seen that symbol of where you don't open this until you're told to.
Right. Little stickers for your character sheet because things that happen to you continue on. That's kind of cool. Yeah, how are we going to get this back in here?
That's why you want to organize it.
Very carefully.
And then your party sheet, you keep note of it, you keep a written record. Anybody who's played any D&D or any kind of role-playing games will recognize this kind of stuff. Here's another card. Foam. All right.
We can't go wrong with some foam.
Make stuff out of this later. We've got 4-player stat dials. Now this is your hit points and experience points, I think. So yeah. And so that's part of your, as you're playing, keep track of that.
So that would be kind of like a D&D stat tracker, but instead of you writing it down,
Right.
you get to actually use a spin dial for
Now I've ordered it and they actually came in. I gotta put them together too. It's a player control board. And I'm trying to think of who made it. It might be Dice 7 or one of those guys. But all that's included, and then you can put your cards and everything in that too. Speaking of which, we'll hold this up so you can kind of see in there.
There you go.
So
what is each one of the book things? Is that just
yeah,
a...
this is the characters.
Oh, these are the character
These are the miniatures. And we're not going to open those because
Some of them come into play later.
some of these come into play later. There's 6 character classes that you start with, and you can pick from any of those. And then later, as the game goes on, it opens up new characters. Some of the old characters are retired, etc. And I have no clue what any of those symbols mean right at the moment, with the exception of... No, I don't know what any of them. I thought I recognized the brute, but no, I don't. And then each one of the characters comes with this. Now this is that character's action cards, experience stuff.
Stuff you need for that character.
Yeah, everything that you need for that character comes in those boxes. So, and then you've got this is like your all the magic is done on different realms. So you've got your fire realm and whatever, and you keep track of that as the game goes on, and that's what that. All your little miniature stands, your cardboard cutouts, gold for boss characters, white for regular bad guys. Have no idea. There's a set of cards.
Oh, I don't know. It
Take
looks
only
like a
short rest
scenario
during a
base or
scenario?
something.
Some kind of card. It does come with a plastic organizer, but I don't think we'll probably get rid of that. We'll probably get the other one. Okay, so here's our bad guys and their movement and attack. Because you don't roll dice in this game; it's all card based. So if I remember correctly, when it's your turn, you play 2 action cards, which have a top and a bottom. And you choose the top of one and the bottom of the other, and that's how you do your stuff. So it's an interesting concept. These are modifier cards. Every time you do something, you get a modifier card. So this is +0. You don't get any bonuses. Sometimes you get bonuses, sometimes you get negatives, sometimes you don't have any impact. So that's kind of interesting. And the monster cards.
Wow, they thought of everything in this.
So it's 4 pieces or 4 sections, and each one of that is for a different level of adventurers fighting against them. And then the darker card section is for your boss, and the lighter card is your regular troop. And then they slide into these, which then help you figure out how to do it. And there's 2 sides to all of that based upon the level you're doing and what you're doing. So Deep Terror, I'm assuming, is going to be bad because his hit points are 15, whichever that is. So yeah.
Is 15 bad or 15 good? We don't know yet, folks. We don't know yet.
Could be bad. I know that a Brute, which is your tank in game, starts off with 8 hit points.
How
So
many little miniature boxes were there?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
18 miniatures.
18 potential characters.
Yep.
18 characters.
And then
Wow.
player reference card. This has got to be your. You can buy extra equipment, like shields, swords, armor. Yeah, that's cool. And Gloomhaven, the town, right? This has got to be. Oh, every time you go somewhere or come back, you get your Delta card, a city card, or a road card, and you get a choice. The party has a choice. You can do one or the other, and how you or what you do affects your reputation or experience points for the rest of the game. Ongoing. So at the beginning, it's going to be, oh, we don't care, we'll kill him. Well, that might come into play later and reduce whatever you do. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah. We know how randomly killing strangers affects things, huh, Cody?
Yeah. It's not,
Yeah, let's not bring that up.
yeah. Oh, and here's the road ones. What's that one?
That's
Oh, that's
these
equipment.
These equipment cards.
I'm pretty sure that between scenarios, you before you start, you can actually take money and experience something and go to Gloomhaven and buy equipment.
Yeah.
You know, so there's a sort of a board game in the board game.
Yeah.
You know,
Wow.
between scenarios.
And that's
all
a brick.
stuff.
Also, sometimes you get one, complete right there.
Right. Oh, here's more stuff too. Boots of levitation. Oh, and then it has the cost, which is that's 50 gold. Now, you start with 30 as a level 1 adventurer,
So the sounds of it, they make it attainable at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Because, I mean, every
some
time
of these
you go-
games are not attainable.
Yeah, so you're going in and you're going into all the I mean, burrow, the first scenario, the Black Burrow, I think is when you're going in and I know there's treasure and there's gold on the floor, and then you get experience points which you can trade for gold and everything else. And I suppose if I get a bunch of gold and you need some as
Right.
a party, we could
Like, here, man, I'll help a brother out.
So more experience cards.
Cheaper than Caitlin.
Huh?
Cheaper than Caitlin.
Yeah. So and this is I don't know what this is. I have no clue.
Probably cost about 100,000.
Oh, this is I don't know, it says complete 3, and then you have to open a specific box.
Oh wow. Oh okay.
Yeah, so
some
this
of
must be some
these
of the-
characters are locked.
Yeah, so this
whatever.
must be one of the unlock cards because it's specific to unlocking one of the boxes.
And there's 2 of these, whatever these are. Man, we seem like we're ignorant up here,
Right.
and we are.
And we are.
But
Well, and part of this, we want to unbox it, get people interested, but part of it, I mean, you don't want to unbox everything and ruin the surprise, because that's what a legacy-based game is.
yeah.
It's really, it's about the adventure and it's about the surprise of the adventure. I love
So-
legacy-based games because of it.
Yeah, so what we want to do.
Follow-up video when you guys get ready to start the first game.
Oh yeah.
Show everybody the first 4 characters you've chosen and
Well, and I kind of want to do that
the
within the.
base scenario. Is it base scenario with an actual DM?
Well, the cool thing about
This
this.
is
Go
what's
ahead.
neat. Yeah, go ahead. Well, and I can do it or you can. What's cool is the game itself DMs. So when you have the 4 players, nobody actually DMs. The game itself is the DM. So, but the DM system is created very, once again, it's all based on the cards and the different things.
D&D, your DM is what makes or breaks the game.
Right.
Right.
This is a hybrid RPG.
This is a hybrid game, and it's
Yeah.
based on, you're relying on the designers and the scenarios.
And here's your DM.
Right.
So like I know from watching what little I did watch on about this game online, like scenario 1, scenario 2, scenario 1. You're starting off. You've got 6 characters, and it tells you what they are. You can be a brute, a tinkerer, a spell weaver, a scoundrel, a mind thief, or a crag heart. That's the start, and they all start at level 1. And then your DM notes are all right here, and it's really, you don't do any of the role playing to get to here. I suppose you could,
Right.
but
You could add the
you
flavor.
start there, and then it's a fight. And so it has a little introduction, and then when you get to certain points in the map, it kicks in another little piece of narration, and then it tells you what happens in the conclusion, and it tells you where you go next and what achievements you get. So, and like I said, I don't want to spoil anything for anybody, but there's 79, 95, and then you have a treasure index. So each time, like here we got on the map where everything is, so it's not going to be too much of a surprise or anything. But once you get that, we don't know what that is until we pull it. So this is kind of the DM. So you can kind of play with each other or against each other, but probably with each other is going to make you survive.
Well, and from my understanding too, because there was a previous card, I know less about, but I know somewhat of these type of games. There's a card over there that's talking about narration.
Right.
And a lot of that's an audio system, and there's another lighter game that we have on the shelf that is a pirate-based game that has all this pirate narration, and you're going through and all the stats are tracked on a board game much like this. This is much deeper. But the narration is done, so you get your flavor of roleplay. So a little less roleplay than D&D.
Yeah.
A little less raw. This is a little bit more board game stat-based fighting. So it takes a little of that flavor out, but the flavor is built into, I don't know what this box is.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
It has musical note on it.
I have no idea. And there's a lot of these that, like this one even says, complete 3 crypt scenarios, then unlock next and cellar, scenario 52, follow it to conclusion, open box, and it has a symbol, and that would correlate to this box right here.
Yeah.
So, it's specifically designed to point you to a box or to something you don't know, no one knows. And the beauty of this game, and I love D&D, don't get me wrong, I'm a D&D fan, but the beauty about this game is you don't know, the D&D doesn't know, or the DM, because there is no DM. You're playing the board game.
You played it together.
You're playing it together. It's not what scenario I come up with, which is great and in its own right, but this creates a 4-player game where you don't have to have somebody that has all the answers and has to come up with that and plan it. The board game's done that for you. The publisher's done that for you. And you play it, and you kind of get to be amazed as a group.
It is playable as a 1-player game.
And it is playable as a 1-player scenario.
Because all the scenarios are scalable.
Are scalable.
And not just by numbers of people, but by, let's say, me, Joe, and Jason have been playing, but this week Jason can't be there, and we have somebody step in. He can play either Jason's character or bring a brand new character in at level 1. And before level 3, it's 3, 6, 7. The average of that is 3, and that's the level the scenario is going to go. So it's kind of unique in that aspect.
Right. Because D&D, you really got to be at the same stage and bring that character to the same stage and then weave them in, which is doable. But this allows a little bit more flexibility in and out of game.
It's interesting.
Which is cool.
I'm interested. I'm excited to see how it works.
Right. Yeah.
So.
My nerd radar's going off, and I like boxes I have to open.
So.
Skip it up one more time, let the folks see inside the box.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
This
is the stuff we.
This was the one I just pulled that tied to that card, but yeah. So you just don't know, and that's kind of the beauty of finding out. You gotta find out and gotta figure it out.
And one of the things we didn't talk about, I don't think we did. At the start of every game, each player pulls 2 motivation cards. That might not be the name of it.
That's my motivation.
But it gives you, and you pick one of them for that game, and it could be like, don't get any loot this game. Or you can't pick up any loot this game.
Almost like a secret achievement or something.
Right. And then if you do that, then you gain reputation points or experience points or something. And if you don't, then you don't.
Like a private goal you have that you keep in the game.
Right.
And it's secret. You keep that secret because that might be actually negative towards the rest of the players or positive. I don't know because there's a crap load of cards in here. Oh my. Is there any other questions? Anybody wants to come up and take a look? It's pretty cool. Pretty excited about it. I know Joe and I want to play. You'd love to play? Who else would like to play?
Yeah, I think we might have our 4 spot there because I know
I
Josh was.
definitely do. I know I won't be able to get in on it as much as I want.
Yeah.
But
We
if
will
it's
get
easy
in
to
on
slide somebody in and out
Yeah.
at different times, then definitely.
As long as I get to kill Cody, that's fine with me. Or throw him under the bus like usual.
And there's no, and how we want to play this, there's no reason why we can't run multiple games too. So
Right. That's the cool thing too, is that you could have a couple people on, or 3 people on scenario 1, and then hey, we progressed, and you have 3 people or 4 people on scenario 6.
yeah, I think it's doable.
Yeah, and there are ways too, if you go on Board Game Geek and go to the Gloomhaven page, there are probably thousands of different ways that people have suggested to run multiple campaigns at one time.
Oh,
to keep track of
see,
Right.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, all this combat, there's an app for that.
Right.
So you can do all the admin combat stuff online.
Right. So you don't have to worry about
So-
rolls or cards or anything, because the app just literally runs your combat phase
So-
and stuff for you.
Yeah, we will definitely have to get a team put together and go kick whatever it is.
Right. Kicking a door, kicking a monster, kicking something.
Right off the bat, I know Joe and I talked about, where's the book? What we want to be when we grow up, so to speak.
We have to grow up.
No,
We haven't yet.
no. I don't know where it's at. I don't know.
Was it the characters or the?
Yeah. You start off. Oh wait.
Yeah, that was in the. Yeah, that was in the start guide, in the scenario guide, the first one.
So a brute, which from everything that I've read about is like your traditional tank, but slightly different. Your fighter, your tinkerer, which is like your magic, not magic, but your healer and mechanic.
Yeah, inventor maybe.
Yeah. Spell weaver, which obviously sounds like
Right.
some
A
kind of
mage.
wizard. I'm sorry.
You know, you get a mage.
Some kind of wizard.
Right.
Scoundrel, which is your rogue.
Right.
So,
Mind thief.
Mind thief? I don't.
I don't know.
Assassin.
Assassin, maybe slash thief.
Oh, yeah, poison dagger.
It's poison dagger.
Yeah, and they have starting recommendations. Here's what you should take.
Right.
Yeah.
Craig Hart boots of striding.
Yes,
I
please
feel like
start
Mind
a minor
Thief is like
power.
an alternate name for a telepathic ninja or something.
Yeah, it could be. Craig Hart. I don't know. I don't know what any of these things are.
Right. But yeah, Scott and I were talking earlier, and there's so many times that in certain role plays that we get, it kind of gets stuck in a character slot, so to speak, consistently. I'm very often a mage or spellcaster, and I might go entirely different this time. I might even like, Mind Thief sounds interesting. Let's flip the script a little bit, right?
Yeah, and I always.
Inventor, he creates
Right.
certain things like a tube of healing, so when he puts it out, it literally heals everybody in the circle for so long. Also create anything from literally traps to
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, like traps and stuff. Oh,
Yeah, that makes a lot of
okay.
sense. So, we got interested players. Think about what you'd like to play, and then we'll come in. We'll try to set up some time next week, sometime, and
Right.
and try to do the admin piece.
Go to YouTube and watch 8 tutorials on how to play.
Oh God, yes. Now that I've unboxed it, there's a lot of tutorials out there that I've been looking at that I haven't want to watch because I wanted to see.
Right.
So yeah, now, but I always play the fighter character, the big dumb stupid fighter character. But
Typecasting yourself? Or?
yeah, pretty much. Role playing games, LARPing, life. It's all kind of that.
I've never actually been to a LARPing deal. I
Yeah.
kind of want to go to one just to see what it's like.
There is not to be off topic, there is a new LARP starting up in Cheyenne. So the guy that I normally do everything with is in Scotts Bluff. So we're excited because the closest prior to this was in Denver, which that was a pretty decent group. But they kind of fragmented, which often happens. And then the next closest one was Colorado Springs, which is pushing it for a weekend. And then the next closest one after that, there's one in Kansas, and there's one in Utah, which it's a bit of a drag. But you want a LARP, buddy? You come and talk to me. I will get you hooked up. So.
He doesn't know that he wants to see it, but we'll have to see.
So yeah, and we're already starting to look into that. It's called Alliance LARP, and it's a national organization. Don't get me started on LARPing, I'll talk all day. But it's a national organization, and it's a weekend game, but it's an ongoing campaign for that chapter house.
The real question is Gloomhaven like tabletop LARPing? Let's see.
Yes.
Yes, and that
Yes.
was kind of what I think intrigued him, because it's D&D board game meets LARP.
This is LARPing, which is a reflection of D&D, which is a reflection of the fantasy novels that I grew up on. So it's a board game reflection of D&D, but LARPing is nothing but a live action board game of D&D. It is, because I'm talking about LARPing again. God damn.
Oh, the live action.
The live action role play thing is basically, okay, we're in a town, oh, you're going to go do this scenario. It's set up, and that's all it is. And then there's role playing in the town and during that, and you develop your character, etc. But yeah, that's what kind of excited me about this, because I built LARPs, I ran LARPs in Ohio and Colorado and in Kansas and in Texas, and this is kind of what we did. We set the board up, we set the cards up, we figured out what the players were going to do, and figured out how we're going to destroy them,
Right.
or make them a fun game, because we were never trying to kill the other guys. We were trying to make it enjoyable for them. They're paying to have a good time. So, but enough about LARP. We're not talking about LARP. You guys want to come and take a look at this? Come on up.
Gloomhaven.
Yeah. Thanks for staying. We're going to cut the video here and see you later.
Awesome. We got a room here.